What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with some Raid Shadow Legends. And it's the end of the week, so we are on free-to-play Friday. You'll notice a shiny Sacred Shard up at the top of the screen. We actually got that from our first ever 3-key on the Spirit Clan boss, which is one that has been giving us a lot of issues lately. We'll talk about that here in a little bit, but I thought today what we might actually do is try a little bit of Hydra. Said no one ever. So our goal this week is going to be to try to get the top chest on normal, because we've been struggling on Hydra on this account. I just don't really have good Hydra champs, but we've been getting some recent additions to the team. Now you'll notice we can now get the 6-star mythic gear from just doing the normal warrior chest. So there's really no point to not try for it. At least we've been pretty close. I think we were at like 5 something last week, but thought we'd go in and give this a shot, and we're gonna see what we can do, what kind of team we can put together here, because quite honestly it's been a struggle. So one thing is, though, we have picked up I've only got him to level 50. Oh wait, actually, you know what, he might not even be 50 yet, but we're gonna put him in here and see what happens. We've got Inquisitor Shamal, so hopefully he's gonna help us against this Head of Torment. At least that's the plan. I did pull my Void Shards today. It is the Void 2X. I only had a couple. We did about as good as you could ever do. I actually did pull a pretty amazing Legendary. My luck on Void pulls the last 2-3 weeks has been nothing short of insane. I wish I had that luck on my main account. We'll talk about the new Legendary that we pulled, who's one of the top champs in the game for Arena, and we're going to talk about him in a little bit after we go through Clan Boss and do some other stuff. But let's see, I'm probably going to bring Ninja in here because he's really good for this. Let's bring in Geomancer so we've got some HP burn for getting our guys out. We're going to need a couple revivers. Probably should bring in some attack down at some point. I want to actually bring in Infernal Baroness because she's got some AoE attacks. So who do we want to bring in to do our reviving? We do have Reliquary Tender. She usually works fairly well for us here. So let's see here. But we don't have this. Elgato have an aura. She does have the HP aura. I'm not quite sure I really want to use that though. For this, keep in mind we do have to have more than one team, so we do kind of want to save some people for later. I'm trying to think of who I have with a speed aura. I don't know how well built my battle sage is here. In terms of Hydra, I don't really remember using her too much. I'll tell you what, we'll just bring in Urgrim, because he's got a little bit of cleanse. And now we need a reviver. I guess we do Reliquary Tender here, maybe. Or Melga, I have to decide which one. Or we could do Soul of the Drakes. Let's try Soul of the Drakes here. That way we got a little bit of healing that we can bring into this team. So, let's see what happens. I'm not expecting much, but they have made Hydra a little bit easier. They've nerfed some of the Hydra heads. Unfortunately, Head of Torment was not changed, so you still have to deal with that fear mechanic. If you don't have any kind of veil, you're kind of in trouble there. So, let's see here. Let's just go ahead and start off here. We'll put some poison out. What we want to try to do is trigger this head to clear the debuffs before we use our HP burns on any of these guys. We're just going to A1 here with Geo. So there we go. We get the counter in from Shamal. And he is on a poison set to try to fill up the debuff bar on the Head of Torment. That's kind of an old strategy that we used to use back when you could completely spam the counter attack with him. What we want to do... Wait, did they change the rotation this week? There was Head of Wrath was in here, I thought. Wow, I'm... okay. Never mind. I am completely clueless as to what's going on this week. I had not checked the Hydra rotation. I thought it was still the rotation 1. So we've got Mischief and we've got Decay to worry about here. So, okay, cool. Alright, now Infernal Baroness has got some cool abilities here. She does... We're probably going to shy away from using this Veil. But we do have the attacks all enemies, which is kind of nice because that's going to trigger Shamal getting the counter attacks out there. I'm still waiting for this guy over here to throw out his ability here. Seems like the Hydra's a lot slower now. Okay, there we go. So he's got the buff removal is out. Now we can pretty much just start using some of our cooldowns here. You gotta be careful though, because he will try to cleanse the head with the lowest. I'm still just gonna use my AoEs here. The nice thing now with Shamal is we should be able to hopefully spam the head of Torment enough to get a halfway decent, hopefully get a halfway decent key going here. I don't know if I should call them. Yeah, they still are keys here. All right, let's see if we can throw up a decreased speed. All right, there we go. Now it's 3 to see how many HP burns we can get here. Okay, we got 2. That's not bad. Go ahead and throw out another attack all. Decrease attack. I brought her in really because I thought Head of Wrath was here and I was wanting to have that decrease attack, but then I forgot that Head of Wrath is not in this rotation. All right, cool. So we got Torment. He's going to get the shield there, which is fine. We can just keep attacking him and hopefully get that off of him. So we got 13 turns. It's kind of nice that they did actually change the turn count now before somebody gets eaten, because now you do have a little bit more time to get your cooldowns back, which is really kind of cool. One thing I always ran into as trouble was you go out there and you would need to get your HP burn from Geomancer, and you just didn't have it up. You didn't have the cooldown up, so it was kind of tough to get your champion back, because I found HP burn is really the easiest way, at least on the smaller difficulties, to get your champs back. When you get up into the higher difficulties, it's better off to have like an HP champion, like a Royal Guard, just come in and drop a nuke on somebody. Alright, let's see if we can get rid of this reflect damage. There we go. Nice. Alright, we're going to heal Inquisitor Shamal, get a cleanse, because he is our level 55 star. He's, again, just in here to kind of enable us to go against Torment without too much trouble. Get a decreased speed there on decay, keep those cooldowns from getting back. So we got 8 turns yet. We can still get our HP burns back before anybody gets eaten, so we're going to go ahead and use that. Keep going with the all AoE attacks here. And we're just going to spam Torment basically and rely on these counter attacks to prolong this fight and to get a little bit more damage out here. Okay, got another decreased speed out. That's good. Syl, I feel like, is a little underrated for lower Hydra because she can do the decreased speed and keep them from getting the turn meter back quickly. Very, just a great all-around champ, Syl the Drake. I think we all know at this point how good she is. Alright, let's see. Do we want to do a continue? We don't need continuous heal, really. No one really needs to be healed here. We'll just keep on attacking. Alright, see if we can get a decreased defense on someone. So Ergrim will just cleanse ourselves here. Mischief trying to steal some stuff. Alright, anybody need decreased speed? You can try to, well actually we were able to attack Mischief, that's pretty cool. Now I don't really have a provoke in here, that's something you can use now. You do the provoke debuff is somewhat useful in Hydra now, so you are able to take advantage of that. Who's going to get E here? Infernal Baroness. Okay, will we get that back in time? We should have Ninja's HP burn up too, so let's go ahead and just throw out some more damage here. Okay, we're at 2 million, doing pretty well so far. I would love to just be able to one-key this week so I don't have to worry about the others. We're not even thinking about hard yet on this account because I just simply do not have the champions that I need for it. Let's see if we get a decreased defense. Nope. Alright, we'll get a decent sized AoE there. That's pretty good. Oh, of course, Mischief is the one that eats her. It's always... Hopefully we do not have to reset because of that, but we'll see. Oh, we got a cleanse. Came in finally. Alright, so we're going to use an AoE from Syl here so we can hit Mischief for sure. And we should be able to hopefully hit, let's see, we've got to get, make sure Shamal doesn't go down here, so we got to keep him up. I don't know if we can, I'm waiting to get that HP burn around so we can go ahead and put it on Mischief here. Of course, we gotta wait for the cooldown. AoE though, we can at least hit Mischief there. And we do have an extension now on our turns, so that's good. So hopefully, of course, we didn't get the HP burn on the one Hydra head that we really wanted it on. That's unfortunate. So we're gonna have to wait for Geomancer to get his back. But thankfully with that extension on the turns, we'll hopefully be able to actually get that up now. Looks like Torment is going to go down pretty soon here, so let's get a continuous heal up. Let's see if we can hit Mischief. Oh, we did, wow, okay. Alright, we're still on Sill of the Drakes. Can we hit Mischief here? Nope, redirected. Figures. She's going to get an extra turn, so we'll just attack Torment. Probably, actually, you know what? I don't really want to hit Torment because we're gonna. I don't want to have that head popped while we're trying to get our champion back here. So let's go ahead. All right, HP burns up on Mischief, so we should be in good shape here. Let's heal Sill. All right, there we go. Nice. See, they cut down the amount of damage you need to get your dude back now, so that's pretty good. Let's see if we can pop Torment here, and then we'll work on somebody else. So Ninja's going to be next to get eaten. So I actually do want to steal. Let's take these buffs. Alright, Schmal's getting hit there quite a bit. We're going to get Torment down here pretty soon, I would imagine. Alright, there we go. Popped him. So now is the time, if we can, to do some damage. You can see there Schmal doesn't really hit very hard right now because he does not have any stats, hardly at all. Again, we just brought him in here to be able to not have to worry about that fear debuff, which is so very annoying. That's one of the worst things to deal with on an account if you don't have Schmal or good Veil champions. And we do have Tatura Rhymehide, we do have Rector Drath, but Rector Drath is a little bit too conditional to be super effective against Torment. Right, we got 4 turns. Well, Ninja's going to get eaten anyway, so we'll just go ahead and use the HP burn. Oh, and he cleanses it instant. I didn't pay attention to cooldowns, that's my fault. Just keep on hitting Torment head. We're at 4.1. Like I said, I just want to get the 1 key is what we're looking for this week. And we'll save this to get Ninja back. Although it's on a 3-turn cooldown, I don't really need to save it. Let's see if we can get rid of Mischief here. Alright. Hit you with a decreased speed, hopefully. Nope, unfortunate. And Mischief eats another champ. That's so awesome. I love it when that happens. And that's really, I think, the big problem here is that you still have to deal with the RNG, who's going to get eaten first, who's going to eat them. And it's just a big issue when Mischief is involved. Let's go ahead and get some heal. We got, okay, never mind. I was going to say we got the heal reduction debuff on us, so we're kind of in trouble there. Oh, Torment did not come back. That's interesting. Usually on normal, it's the same head that you just killed will usually come back and replace itself. So let's get out here. And let's get a couple more hits in here. See if we can squeeze about 2 million more out of this key. Let's hope we can. Alright, we got a heal and a cleanse here. Keep Schmal alive. Well, actually, we don't really need to worry about that now because he is not really useful. See, that's kind of the problem when you bring Schmal in, is like once Torment's gone, he's not really as useful as he was before. But we may get a Torment to respawn here on the left side, so we'll wait and see. Poison Cloud is up, another fun debuff to deal with. We're at 4.8, guys. Come on, we can do this. Alright, nice. We got Ninja back. We popped another head. Sweet. And we've got 12 turns till Sill is going to get eaten here. And another... Okay. Another DK is back. Really surprised another Torment did not pop up. We'll just do the AoEs here to keep on. Keep it on. Extra turn from Sill. Always helpful. She's still in her relentless gear because I just don't see any point in re-gearing here for Hydra. So she is going to stay in the relentless gear for all the other content we run her in. That is a lot of poisons. So Shamal's just going to sit here and dink this guy a couple times. Alright, let's see what we got. We got Urgrim, nothing really here. Just go for this head that's busted already. We got a couple turns till Sill's going to get eaten. Just keep on throwing out the debuffs here. This is getting to be a bit of a long... I didn't want the video to run super long. I'm trying to cut back on the time. It seems like people are really enjoying the shorter videos. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'll cut it off here. I'll come back when I get done with the run, and then we'll get into some other stuff on Free to Play Friday, so you guys don't have to sit here and watch Hydra for 25-30 minutes, because I know some people don't enjoy it. But I did kind of want to give you guys a look at what we are at least trying to do on the account. We at least want to keep attempting Hydra so that we're, you know, putting ourselves in a position to get those shards from Mithrala, because she's a pretty awesome champion. And also we do want to try to get some of that mythic gear if we can. So we're going to keep on working on it. But I'll be back when this is over with, and we'll get to the rest of the episode. Alright, so it looks like we're getting to an end here. We did get the Head of Wrath to come in and spawn. We've only got Geomancer and Ninja left. A lot of these poisons just became too much for us to deal with, so we're going to just put out as much damage as we can here. Toward the end, so we hit 7.8 already. We're pretty much in a good spot here. I think 8 million for this one key, so we're perfect. We're right there. We're pretty much over the hump, and we're going to be able to get the top chest this week, which is pretty cool. So looking here, Geomancer Ninja, not surprising, are the MVPs of this run. Shamal, his damage will get better over time once we get him to... We're eventually going to 6-star him. He's definitely a champ worth 6-starring, especially on this account. But someone kind of jumped him in line today. I mentioned earlier we did pull a Void Champion that's going to kind of change the game a little bit, but we are going to go look at that here in just a second. But not too bad. Pretty happy with that. That's actually the best Hydra key I think I've done on this account so far, so that's pretty cool. But without further ado, let's jump into actual clan boss. We'll throw up a couple of screenshots here. I was talking earlier about how much of a difference Martyr has made on this account. She's absolutely incredible. Even pulling her so late, I'm, you know, almost a 2-year-old account here. She's done some really crazy things. We've been able to push some Doom Tower with her. And I'll talk about that maybe here in a little bit. But we're on Ultra Nightmare. Spirit was our worst key. Up until this week, I was barely able to get 13-14 million damage on Spirit. We worked on getting Martyr built during Clan vs. Clan. I have basically done Minotaur only this week. I've got a couple champs. I finished Arbiter's Masteries. I'm almost done with Melgas. I got Martyrs done. I worked on finishing up a couple other champs. We have a lot of champions on this account that just desperately need masteries, so we're going to have to be focusing on Minotaur quite a bit. I have her here against Magic, just to kind of give us that counterattack ability. We've got the double counterattack set up with Skull Crusher, basically. The only problem here is she does take the stun, being the weak affinity, so that can lead to some issues. And this team didn't do too well last time. I think they only did... Now it's like Magic became suddenly my worst key. My team I had working before didn't really do too well here. So I'm actually going to take her out of this run and see if we get a better run with Geomancer in there. And my Geomancer still needs a bit of a rebuild for Clan Boss. You know, he's not really so great in the HP and defense department, where most of my other guys are running close to 4,000 defense. It's a little bit tougher for Geo to stay alive. So we'll bring him in here, and we'll see how these guys do. But yeah, Spirit Clan Boss now is pretty fun. I actually can run Martyr with Skull Crusher and get the double counterattack, but then Skull Crusher is also going to be the stun target pretty much the entire time. Then we're able to bring in some damage dealers that are magic and strong affinity, and with all that counterattack in there, they're able to get a ton of damage off. What I'm working on now is trying to get the counterattack accessories out of the clan shop. Hopefully we can get some to drop that will be beneficial to some of our champions. That way we can do even more damage when we get those counterattack procs to hit from those accessories. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do with all the unkillable champs we have now. It's going to be so much work to put any of those teams together in terms of gear. I don't really know if we have the gear on this account, because most of my speed gear I'm using for arena. Really don't want to break up the arena teams, because we have to farm gold 5 to get Great Hall medals. We need those desperately, so we may just stick with what we've got right now. If we can 3-key everything or get to a point we can 3-key everything with some version of this Martyr team. We still got to build Sepulchre Sentinel. She's going to be next in line for Clan Boss to be able to come in and hopefully help us out with the stun and everything. And also the attack down on her A1 makes her pretty strong here. But we got a lot of stuff to think about. But that's kind of our primary focus right now, is getting to hit Ultra Nightmare top chest every day here for the last week or so has been really, really good. We've been getting some good drops, lots of books. We got the Sacred Shard today, which is pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to hopefully being able to start building up some resources on the account so that we can take advantage of things like fusions and guaranteed champ events by having, you know, a nice stockpile of shards from Clan Boss and just having the books there as well to be booking some of these new champions we've been pulling. That was kind of the cool thing with Martyr. We're able to get her fully booked this clan versus clan. Legendary books are not really hanging around much on this account, but we do tend to get at least 7 or 8 a month, I think, from Clan Boss. So we're able to usually fully book 1 legendary a month, which isn't a lot. I mean, you definitely could use more than that, but we have to be kind of smart about who we invest them in, since we have quite a few legendaries on the account. A lot of them are at 50 because we just don't have the resources to build them up, but we have to be kind of smart about who's getting those books, and usually it's going to go to the legendaries that are most impactful for certain content like Doom Tower or Clan Boss or the Arena. So far, not too bad. 8.6 through 14 turns. Like that to be a little bit higher here, but I don't know. Clan Boss is a struggle sometimes. We did really well on Hydra, so I imagine we're going to have a bad Clan Boss key. It's usually how it works. It's always give and take a little bit, so. But it also comes down to gear. What I noticed this week is, like, I just do not have a lot of good lifesteal gear on this account. I think it's just going to be neglected dragon farming for such a long time. You know, with the ability to get perception gear now, you don't farm dragon as much because you've got the speed gear and the accuracy gear kind of rolled into one that you can get just from doing faction wars and even the forge. So you kind of neglect lifesteal a little bit. Now, one of the things I was hoping to do is get up to Eternal Dragon on floor 40 and hard, so I could start getting some of the lifesteal gear from Doom Tower. But Eternal Dragon is pretty tough on hard, even on floor 40 for this account to do. We actually did beat it once, which is all you really need to do, obviously, if you're trying to push hard Doom Tower. But I kind of accomplished my goal with Doom Tower on this account for where we are right now. I was able to actually push all the way up through, I think, the low 40s on hard, which I hadn't actually really pushed hard before. So what we've been doing at this point is just farming the level 10 hard Griffin to get some of the Guardian gear, because I have several champs, Vogoth and a couple others that could really make use of that for Arena and some other areas. Right, this is not going so great. Urgrim, I need to revisit his gear at some point. He takes a beating, and he's not designed to do damage, so it's like when he doesn't hit that hard, he doesn't really get too much benefit from the lifesteal. I think most of these other guys, I think everybody else is in crit rate gloves, so they're able to at least heal up quite a bit when they take a hit. You see their Urgrim almost died. We're only at turn 25 and at 14 million, so we're kind of in a tough spot. Now, he can heal up a little bit by himself, and then Aox has got to heal as well, so that's kind of why these guys work well together. But if the Clan Boss catches you with a big hit, Urgrim usually is the first to go out, so usually when you're trying to improve your Clan Boss team, you want to look at who dies first and then work on their gear, get them built up a little bit more. And then you look at who the next person is that's dying first, and you kind of toughen them up as you go. And that's really the tough thing about a non-unkillable team, is you have to have toughness, you've got to have accuracy, you've got to have speed, you've got to have damage. It's just really difficult to build all that in one to be able to get a really solid damage run, unless you just have, you know, crazy champs. You see there, Skull Crusher didn't really get a good hit there, so he didn't heal up. So he's probably going to be the one to go down next, unless he gets, okay, there we go. Got a big shot there, so he went up there. This is not looking like too great of a key here. We might hit 18 million if we're lucky, as these big hits are starting to come in. And we did lose our primary poison in Erg, and that's also kind of tough. Luckily, everybody here is strong affinity, so we should be able to get a little bit more damage. I haven't really seen Geomancer hit too many HP burns here either, so... Alright, Skull Crusher, you're going to have to get yourself a big shot here. Because of one of the keys I ran with Martyr earlier today, I'm probably going to have to 4-key Ultra Nightmare anyway, so... Not really too big of a deal. Yeah, we're getting pretty close to the account. They can squeeze out 19. With enough poison, they might be able to squeeze out 19 here. At this point, it's just like, get whatever you can, boys. Let's see if you try to pull 20 here. You know, just try to get that little bit of extra damage in. We might have a shot. Oh, nope. He said no, it's time. 37 turns. See, that's the thing. Like, we're able to survive quite a while. We just don't do enough damage. So that's my main thing I'm trying to figure out now is who can we bring in here that we can do some damage with. So Ninja obviously is an answer there, but I find that Ninja just dies too fast. Even though my Ninja's pretty stout, he's got pretty high defense, he still tends to go down pretty quick. So we're going to need to do about 18 million on the next key. So we should be able to comfortably 4-key. I don't like having to 4-key because I like to have a key to put on Nightmare, but it looks like we're not going to be able to avoid that this week. That's unfortunate. Alright, so Arena, we're doing pretty good. We're actually looks like we're going to make it to Silver 1 in 3v3, which is pretty cool. We're basically just farming Gold 5. But here we go, Doom Tower. You can see here on hard, we did go all the way up to 45. I think I'm stuck on 45. I think I've been trying it and I just can't get through it for some odd reason. This is the main team I've been using. We've got Versolf. He's been a pretty hard carry here still. Martyr for counterattack. We've got Sylar in there for a little bit of control. And then Visix also for a little bit of control. But we may try to push that later. But it's getting to the point where it's a little bit too difficult to get further through it. But we did manage to beat the Internal Dragon. And this is the team we wound up using. Jareg, Syl, Vogoth, Padma for the attack down in Drexstar. And it was pretty close. We actually barely got it done. I had like 3 people dead toward the end. And Drexstar thankfully just finished it off with the HP burn. We're not really in any shape to do any secret rooms here in Hard Tower quite yet. You see, here's a team we used for Nether Spider. Basically cleanse, revive if anything goes wrong. Heavy damage, single target, and then Drexstar just to basically HP burn. Magma Dragon was not that difficult. It was basically just making sure we had enough provoke. But we got Melga, Stagnite, Vogoth, Visix, Versolf, you know. Versolf's been pretty cool. He's been a pretty good champion on this account. And then we've got Celestial Griffin here, who's actually, we got a pretty decent time on it, so it's not bad. I just did my keys to get the farm. We only use four champs for this one, so pretty, honestly, the 10 Griffin is pretty easy to take down as long as you've got the right mix of champions on your account. It's pretty easy to go in there and just do it, but I'm going to shortcut into, we're going to end the video here in just a minute, so we're going to just shortcut right over to champions. And as I said, I've been working on masteries on a lot of these guys. So, I mean, it's like we got Vlad up here, doesn't even have any of his. We did finish off Arbiter. We got to start working on, we got 2 Kymars, and neither one of them have their masteries really in any good shape. I want to get Champ Fort done at some point. We're working on Tatura. Got to work on Jack. It's just so much. We did get Martyr finished. And here's her build. It's not anything special, but it's not too bad. I mean, she's pretty easy to build for defense because she does have pretty high base defense. But you can see here, we did get her in crit rate gloves, and we're still able to hit almost that 4K and 51,000 HP, so she's pretty sturdy. 238 accuracy is plenty for Ultra Nightmare, and 207 speed. Make sure she gets to go out first to get that counterattack up there. And we just did Perception and the best lifesteal that I pretty much had here, even though we did have to go with 5-star boots. And they are speed boots, so it's kind of nice when you have high base stats. You can actually still use speed boots, not have to worry about having one of those percentage pieces in there to help out with it. But let's take a look at who we did pull today. Like I said, we did 3 shards, and probably the luckiest pull I think I've probably ever had is Mr. Warlord. So it's funny now, I have Warlord and I have 2 Kymars on this account. On my main account, I don't have either of them, so it's kind of hilarious how your accounts develop differently coming down the line. You can see here I got 2 5-stars. I've got another one in the vault. Actually, no, I got this guy here. So we got 3. We got a 5-star chicken. So we need 1 more, and then we can go ahead and basically 6-star him. He jumped right to the front of the line, obviously because he does have the ability to put everybody's skills on cooldown. So we're definitely going to be building this guy up for Arena. And it's funny too, because Orcs is one of my worst factions in Faction Wars. And within the last 2 weeks, I got him and I got Seer. So I'm really hoping those two are going to help me be able to push Faction Wars a little bit, because my Orcs Faction Wars is complete trash. I mean, we're using a level 40 veteran, and I don't really think I have much else besides Ultimate Galek. Where are my other? And I've got Bloodfeather, who's not even ascended. I don't even know what kind of gear she has. It's probably not good gear. But you can see here, like, my Orcs are just terrible. I think I've got a couple others at 50, but it's not a good it's not a good thing. We do have Duak the Pierced. We could eventually, we need to work on him. We've got Tuhak the Wanderer, so that's kind of where we are. We did get Seer sort of built. We hit a decent amount of crit damage and crit rate, but the rest of her stats are kind of trash. But it is what it is. We have to kind of work with what we got on this account, so we got to get books in her, and then we'll get her running with Kymar to get some kind of reset wave kill team for the regular dungeons. So anyways, guys, this episode has gone on way too long. Like I said, I'm trying to cut down on the time, but it looks like we're going to be well over 30 minutes. But hopefully people will hang out and check out what's going on with the free-to-play account. You know, we wanted to try to hit a little bit of Hydra. I know not everybody likes Hydra, but I wanted to at least try to get that top chest to get those Mithrala shards and hopefully get a shot at some mythic gear this week. We'll see what happens with that. But anyways, guys, as always, if you have any questions about anything in the episode, feel free to leave it down below, and I'll do my best to get you an answer as soon as I can. As always, hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you again next time.